Good day all. Can everybody can anybody just give me they can hear me? Yep. Okay, great. Okay. All right. Let's see. 1 second, guys. Still got people joining. We'll let people come in as time goes on here. Let me do this. Mike Moore. Hey, Mike, I made you host, so can you just let people in as they come in? 'Cause you're the host now, okay? Okay. Can you still hear me, Mike? Mike, can you hear me? Okay, good. Looks like my video froze up on my end, but hello all, welcome to today. Just want to take a quick second and say thank you everybody for being here on behalf of myself and Mike over at ELP. I want to reassure everybody right now on this phone call that there is nothing to buy here. There's no surprise at the end. There's no any of that kind of stuff. So as we go through this a little bit, and I tell you about this opportunity and how it works, feel free to type into the chat box, but let's try to hold most questions to the end, and we'll do a little Q&A session on the end of this thing before moving on to the next stages of things if any of you choose to do so. Okay. Let me okay. Can somebody give me a thumbs up that they can see the screen? Okay, perfect. Okay, so my name is Jason Miller. I am the CEO of Miller and Company. We are basically, to sum it up in a nutshell, we are an executive mentorship company, and we work based off of results only. That's how our company works. That's how we've chosen to work for the last 3+ years. And we are just in our next evolution of scale at this point, and that's what I'll talk a little bit about. So what is this? It's a no-cost licensing, business, more of a white label strategy layout. Okay. Okay. So who we are, like I said, we're basically what most people would think is we are a results-based consulting model. Okay. Now, what does that mean? That means our company only works on results and results alone. That's it. When I started this company, most people thought I was crazy because it's just not a typical consulting model. But it's a very unique USP. And that was the whole point why I started this company when I did. What does that mean? You're probably asking, what is that? What does it mean results-based? Well, it's very simple. In today's time, people want results before they pull out their checkbook. All right. Why? Not just because of the current times we're in, but people want to make sure they're working with somebody that can actually get them a result, right? My company's done a great job at coming into companies, helping them scale. And on the back side of that, when we help them grow and scale is when we get paid. Okay. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. We're in our 4th year, this model itself. I mean, I own multiple other companies. This is just one of them. Um, we have a solid book of our own clients right now with proven results with them. We're a veteran owned and operated company, and we have proven results with our current clients. And over the last couple of decades, easily we've mentored thousands and thousands of business owners and so on and so forth. Okay, so what is the opportunity? Very, very simple what this opportunity is. It's a white label type of uh, business model. Okay, so what we're trying to accomplish here is be able to put this into the hands of, number one, either people that we can teach, or number two, somebody that already has the skills to execute it. Okay, um, so really what we're looking at is you don't need to have a lot of experience to do this. Okay, because I'm going to take the time to spin you up in the model, to make this as efficient, as effective as I can for you. So we'll spend 30 days together, and make that happen. Okay. I'll provide you all the contacts to plug into for support, which is huge. Access to leverage our 8-month course. You can either sell that course and or use it as an onboarding tool, which is what we've used it for since inception. And when I say 8 months, it's intense. It's a very intense course for your client to go through. But, you know, nothing's worth doing unless you're going to do it right. It really is it's my life's work, and you can sell it, or you can also just use it as an onboarding tool for your clients as well. So it is basically all the strategies over the last probably 5 to 6 years that we've used to scale companies. We've packaged a lot of that up. That way, the more coaching aspect of it is all on video, and then the strategic pieces can be focused on live. Okay. There again, you know, you'll have complete access to me regarding questions or strategy layouts for your clients. And you'll have the most unique USP on the marketplace today, period, because you're working on results. I don't know of very many that do it this way. I know there are a few out there, but I don't know very many that do it this way. So it's a very unique USP. And, you know, this is a minimal investment to roll out when it comes to starting it up. Okay. I'm not charging any license fees at all. I'm not charging any of that. Okay. But if you want to leverage our website, autoresponders, domains, all this CRM, all this kind of stuff, we're just, obviously we need to recoup some of that. So we're only doing a $2.99 a month, just a stability fee to help pay for that stuff. Okay. So if you wanted to say a franchise fee, there you go. You could call it that if it made you feel better. All right. Yeah. So then it comes into, why are we doing this? All right. Very simple. This is our company's next level scale. It's that simple. You know, I've spent years teaching 6, 7, and 8, even 9-figure companies how to scale. And now I want to take all of that I have done, and I want to teach others how to do that and help build businesses doing that. Okay. I've already stopped taking clients. I don't take clients anymore. And this is my new model going into 21. This is my new pivot. Not only that, I want to share this model with the world. And, you know, because the success of this model has been really just outstanding. It really has been. And I think it'll be good to get it out past, you know, my client base that I've only worked with, and spread the wealth. And I honestly think I can teach anybody to do this, especially anybody can do it. You have the right training, resources, systems, you know, courseware, even the replays. Okay. Um, you'll have access to replays that you can literally hear these strategy sessions I'm having with these companies to help them grow and scale. Okay. So it's not like you're just getting thrown to the wolves. Okay. Not to mention full-time support from me. We're going to build a community. I use Slack as a communication channel, and any questions, concerns, strategy stuff. I want to spend my time in 2021 focused on working with licensees. Okay. And that's where I want to put a huge majority of my time, is to help you grow, because then I, in turn, my company grows too. Okay. So that's pretty big. So you might ask yourself, what would something like this cost you? All right. Well, this is just some of it right here. You know, you look at, if you tried to do this yourself, 4 years of tweaking and refining and headaches and all this kind of stuff. What's that worth? Well, I can tell you right now, it's millions of dollars to get a model like this to be very successful. Okay. And then we start talking about agreements and all this kind of stuff. All right. Agreements aren't cheap. Agreements are $4,000 to $6,000 a pop. We already have all those in place. You can put those in place with your clients. The courseware, it's my life's work. I don't know what it would cost to license something like that. I don't know of too many self-paced learning courses online for business that are 8 months long. I don't know of many. Actually, I don't know of any, but it's a huge course, and it's really designed to help scale the company in the background. And you'll see some natural growth as people go through that. Okay, clients. Again, my full-time attention. If I can tell you, 4 years ago, I went into a company in Costa Rica and I spent an entire year there, and I charged them $1 million for a year. Okay. So that's what I would charge. So, you know, I don't know, do all the nuts and bolts that go along with it. I can tell you right now, a lot of my own mentors have said I'm kind of crazy for doing it, but what I'm doing here. But I can see the value in licensing this to the right people. How many of you are the right people? I don't know that for sure. Okay. And we'll get into some more of that. So what's next? Before I even talk about that, so this meeting was really designed to be very short and sweet, ladies and gentlemen. This was meant to be a very broad overview, and just to see if this audience is really interested in proceeding into a deep dive, okay, into the model, okay. But I can't get into like all of the meat and potatoes on this without an NDA, a signed NDA in place if you're interested. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to go into one-on-ones from here. So you can book on my calendar to talk more about this. The link is right there. So you can, you know, type that link in, and hold on. Let me put that in. Let's see. Mike, can you pop that in the chat, that link? So, you know, if you want to move forward to the next phase of this, into the deep dive, where I can have you sign an NDA first before we have a further conversation, because I really need to get more into the proprietary ways of doing things with those of you that are really serious about getting into the consultancy business like this and making some really good money in 2021. I'll give you just a touch of it, of how the company runs without giving too much of the processes away. It's very simple how we do things. You would obviously have, you know, some kind of, you know, marketing type setup to acquire clients, just like I've done. And then you have one-on-one meetings with them. And the beautiful thing about this is, I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, very few people ever say no. It's usually you saying no. So say you own a company and I come into your company and go, hey, I'm gonna come work for free until I can get you a result. Would you say no? Probably not, right? Okay. But this is where you have to be very picky and choosy. And I will teach you how to do that. Okay. How to cherry pick the best of the clients that make sense to work with so you can get good scalability within 3 to 4 months. Okay. And then really it's a revenue deal. Okay, so a company, you bring a company in, you agree, they give you the top line revenue number they're currently making. In the agreement, you agree that anything over that current top line revenue, every single month that's made, because obviously your input matters. Anything above and beyond that is 10% of revenue goes to your company. Okay. So you can see how that can compound very, very quickly. All right. For many people, they look at this as it's kind of a scary thing. Like, wow, how do I do all that? How do I do that? I'll take you from start to finish how to do it. And there's much more to it that I can't get into on this specific call, but I will tell you, if you have the desire to get into consulting, this is it. This is your chance right now to get into consulting, not reinvent the wheel and create all these processes from scratch. Have the support of somebody like me that's been doing this for a long, long time, and be very successful doing it. So that's it. I mean, we'll go into some questions. Like I said, I mean, I don't have anything to sell anybody. That was not the point of this call, was to, sell something. More just to be informative and give you a broad brush of an opportunity that is there for you to white label in consulting. Okay. So I think let's go into some questions. Just pop off the mic, and there's not that many people in here, so we can handle some questions.
Will there be a replay of this webinar?
Yes, there will.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mike will kick it out. I'm not even sure if we would call it a webinar.
I like short and sweet, man. I mean,
yeah. Hey, I'm a get to the point kind of guy. I don't have time for shenanigans. And
I really appreciate that.
I have no time for that kind of stuff. So, I have a great opportunity for those that are interested in this, and it's a good opportunity. I wish I could deep dive a little farther into this, but I also don't want to give away a bunch of proprietary stuff on this call either. So I just wanted to give enough to where those of you that are interested could go, yeah, this is pretty cool, right? And I think it's worth the time. So, all right, anybody else? Any more questions? It's an open floor. So I either did a really terrible job or a really good job. I'm not sure which. Okay, so no questions. That's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. The link to book on my calendar. I mean, I've opened my calendar wide open for the next basically 4 days for this.
Use this.
And so feel free to book. We can have the conversation, and if you want to move forward, it's a simple move forward. This is more about you wanting to put the time and effort into creating yourself a real company. Okay. Not something that's not real. So anyway, somebody wrote presentation was pretty bad. Nice. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it, Matt.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead.
Okay, just quick question. So in order
Sure.
to get into the more important part of the consulting, we have to sign the NDA in the next meeting.
Yeah, just what'll happen is schedule on my calendar, and then I'll see your email, and I'll send the NDA via DocuSign. Then you sign the NDA, and then we'll have the call. I can let you more into the actual model itself. But I'm not going to give away proprietary things on this call without actually having an NDA signed. That's for sure.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, well, I've already
I can't
signed
do
up, so I guess I'll be talking to you tomorrow.
Sweet. Sounds good. Anyway, so that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. It was designed to be brief and to the point. If you thought the presentation was not very good, well, sorry about that. I'm not into the 2-hour long webinars. I'm a straight to the point kind of guy. Just going to tell you like it is. So you can either appreciate that or not. Doesn't make any difference to me. It makes no difference to me. If you book on my calendar, great. If you don't, doesn't matter. Trust me, I won't lose any sleep over it. So anyway, yeah, that's all I got. If there's no actual questions to come out, ask them, Matt. If you got questions, ask the questions. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I just had to take mute off. Yeah, I'm just, I kind of understand what you're doing. You're looking for businesses that want to grow, and then you're working out a contract with that business where you help them grow, and then you earn a fee on the percentage. So I totally understand that. That sounds great, but how do you find the businesses? What do you do for leads? What all is entailed in this 8-month training course that's valued at $200,000? There's just, it was just pretty vague.
Well, it was designed to kind of be vague. I apologize if you thought it was vague. It was designed to be a little bit vague. As far as what's in the 8-month course, it's a crash course on, it's my own, I call it the Trinity of Success. Okay. That's what it's called. It's my own business model of how I see the best and fit way to scale a company. Okay.
Sure.
And you can go to the website, go to www.millerandancompany.com and go up to the top to growth options. And then it's called the Strategic Success Program that has the entire course layout on it.
Oh, cool. It's Miller and what?
Millerandancompany.com. Yep. And you can see more about the company there. We don't really use the website a lot. Didn't really need it. More of a referral-based company at this point. So
yeah, I was just hoping for a little more information before I sign an NDA and go go further. Rather have the information up front, know what it's about, so I could decide if it's going to be worth my time or not. Really, but
so
okay.
What's the other question? So
my other question.
I knocked those out. Any other ones?
Not for me. I'll check out the website and take a look at it.
Okay, great. What do you do right now for a living, Matt?
Well, I was a co-owner in a life insurance agency. We had over 2,000 agents across the nation, and we sold our company a year ago. And currently what I'm doing is just consulting with other agencies and helping them grow their business through recruiting additional agents for their team. So
okay. Nice.
And I day trade.
Right. Yeah. This could be something that could be a fit.
Okay, cool. I'll check out the website, get some more information.
Good. Anybody else? Nope. All right. Great. Well, hey, that's all I have. Mike, thanks for having me on here. I know it was very vague. It was designed to be kind of vague. There again, that's the difference, I guess, sometimes between some of these things that fly around the internet that are there just to sell you shit. I'm not there to do that. Okay. I want real people to come into something like this, and I'll answer every single question you have if you want to take the time to have that conversation. Because look, I have to have the conversation too. So it's my time too. So anyway, if there are no other questions,
Yeah, I have a question.
yeah, go ahead.
When you're actually working with your clients, I know you said over you course of the year you did Costa Rica work with them. Is it you choose your own schedule how to work with them? Like you working 6 hours a day with them, 8 hours a day, 4 hours a day? Is it 3-4 days out of the week, or how do you
Right.
do that, or just depends?
Sure. Yeah, that's an easy question to answer. Costa Rica was a whole different time. Nothing to do with this company. It was more under a consulting model. But typically my month is about, at best, 15 hours a month. And most of that is spent on strategy, behind the scenes strategy, to deliver those behind the scenes strategies live to my clients. I meet with clients once a month, and then I have a group type of thing that happens every single month as well. But yeah, it's a pretty simple model. It's not that difficult to run. It's not a full-time job type of thing. You definitely don't need to do that. Most of your time will be spent in the background, and then delivering strategy that makes sense for those companies on a one-on-one call once a month. Or you can opt to do a faster paced once a week, so 4 times a month. It's just most of the time a company can't keep up with that kind of pace anyway. So once a month is usually the best option for that, because there has to be implementation time in between. That's where a lot of companies get it wrong. Well, let's meet every single week forever, and then we'll talk about strategies every week that you can't implement because you don't have time to do so
Right.
in between now and the next call. It's not a coaching model, not at all. It's more of a strategy model, all right, to actually get results. I'm not a fan of coaching. I don't think it really does much for most. Not really, but it's just, that's an opinion.
Right.
That answer your question though?
Oh, yes, it does. So you're
Great.
actually consulting.
Yeah, you're actually strategizing with a company versus, all this mindset crap and yeah,
Right.
it's a bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
It's a good way for coaches just to make money and baffle people with bullshit.
I got you.
Like I said, I'm brutally honest, guys.
Right. No walking over hot coals here.
No, I just don't have time to, have conversations that are full of, garbage either. So
Right.
I want to impact the world, and this is my way of now taking my company and bringing more impact into the world, because I'm only one guy. I can't handle 200 clients. My max is about 60 at the most. But so I am the company. I'm the company. I'm the guy that's delivering the strategy. So, I don't have a bunch of underlings that are doing things and, coaching and all this other kind of stuff.
Right. So you're saying that at on the average, you say 15 hours a month you deal with one client. So
All of
pretty
them.
much you could take on maybe 2 or 3 clients per month. Yeah, am I
No,
correct in saying that?
No, that's all clients, all your clients.
All your
Because
clients, you're only spending
remember,
15 hours a month?
you're having little strategy punches, right? That's all they are. Okay.
Okay.
It's not, like I said, we're not wasting time on coaching stuff. Okay. This is not coaching. This is, hey, Bob, how's things going? Well, we're having problems with this. Let's look at this pivot. Let's pivot your company this way. Here's my recommendation. Go. Done.
Gotcha.
That's it. You know, if you choose to, hang out on the phone for an hour, that's up to you. That's up to you. But hey, look, these are CEOs. They're busy. They just want go. Give me what I need so I can go. I don't have time to sit here and BS with you about, the kids' softball game last week. I'm busy.
Right.
Come help me do what I need to do. And I'll love you for it with a check.
Gotcha.
Point. So anyway,
Jason, I have a question.
yeah, go ahead.
Is this primarily marketing strategies or is it overall business strategies?
Overall. Yep, overall. But it can be marketing because a company might need marketing strategy, right?
Okay.
I'll just give you one example. We have a merchant company, and that I work with a merchant company, and our goal with that company is to build them up right underneath to be almost like a Stripe. And then we'll exit that company and sell it to Stripe. So, but the focus for that company has been a marketing layout, complete marketing layout. All right. And we're just talking about the strategies. I'm not like going and doing conversations with marketing agencies and setting up tech and all that stuff. I'm just saying A, B, C, D, go do A, B, C, D. All right. That's it. And off they go. Go do A, B, C, D. And then you tweak it as you go. That answer your question?
Yeah, it does.
Great.
And what you're talking about as far as us being concerned is you're offering us the training to be up to speed to start selling this. Is that right?
Nope.
What you're...
Well, yeah, for you to be me, basically.
Okay.
For you to be a me. And on a white label type of, I can't call it a franchise because it's not a franchise, but that would be the easiest way to explain it. But that wouldn't be compliant to say that. But it's more of a white label or license type program where you come in, I'll train you. And mind you, I'm doing all this for nothing. Okay.
That was my next question. I thought you said that earlier, but I wanted to confirm that. Obviously, I am guessing you're doing this so that you get some revenue on the back end.
Yep,
Yeah,
you bet.
but which is totally cool. And that's how you pitch your clients too, is you give them this advice at no charge, and then you're just asking for a cut of the increased profitability.
That's it.
Okay,
You
that's a
got
pretty
it.
simple concept.
It's pretty simple, right? It's
Yeah,
just-
yeah, and it's cut and dried, and yeah.
Yeah, the simplicity is that, yes, but there's a lot to make that happen. Obviously, right?
Sure, yeah, but I mean, as far as the concept to sell it to someone, or not even sell it, but I mean, to
Right.
get somebody involved, it
Yeah.
seems like, they got nothing to lose, so why not, other than a
It-
little bit of their time?
Yeah, it's more important from your aspect that you vet people
Right, that
heavily.
they're people that actually are gonna make
Right.
those changes and
Yeah.
have enough business to grow.
They got to click with you. That it has to make sense. Startups are a no-no.
Yeah, because
It's
I get
too
that.
hard. I tried that.
they got enough balls they're juggling as it is, right?
Yeah, I tried that. That was very difficult to work with that. But your typical best companies are going to be in between, 600 to 700,000 to 4 or 5 million. Those are the best ones to work with. They're owner controlled. Working with boards and all that is just ridiculous. You just can't.
Oh, yeah.
You want to stay with owner controlled type companies. So.
And part of your training is finding these people and vetting them, the way to do that.
Well, I'll give you all the contacts that I use. Yes. That do my lead acquisition,
Okay.
all that stuff. You know, I have all that already. I'm going to give you all that, but you got to go put it into place, right?
Okay.
We're not providing you an endless amount of lead flow to talk to or something like that.
But the resources to do that.
But we'll give you the resources that we use to do that for sure.
Okay.
Some of it comes from LinkedIn, some of it comes from Facebook, some of it comes from YouTube, all different types of places. So, I mean, you can either choose to, you can set up a referral agent type of model. That's how I started this company, was through a referral agent program. I did that. Probably cost me $500 hiring a bunch of people off of Indeed, vetted them, hired them, sent them out on the street. Go. Can't send people on the streets anymore, but to just provide companies. And then I would talk to them, and I don't have that program anymore because everything I work with now, I'm getting referrals from other CEOs. So that I don't really have a marketing budget per se. I just don't need it anymore. But you know, going through this, if it's a fit for you, right? If you think it's something that's a fit for you, you know, you're going to have to put some time and effort into it. You know, there's no such thing as a magic bullet, obviously, right? But there's got to be time and effort put into it. I'm just offering this whole thing for nothing. I mean, I'm not charging for it. Less if you want to leverage all our systematic stuff, because we have to obviously increase what we do with that to make that work if we're going to start adding users and all that kind of stuff. But so there's that little bit, or you can choose to just set up your own. It doesn't matter. Either way, we have recommendations to places you can go to set CRMs up and all that stuff too. So
If we have our own and want to do it that way, that's okay.
or
with
if you have your own, you can use your own. That's fine too. Because that's all. I'll teach you the onboarding process, how you onboard them into your own system. That's up to you. Totally up to you. So
Okay.
I'm here to support you and here to train you on how to execute this model. Okay. Which is the important piece of it. That's what's
Right.
worth all the money, right? Is that right there. So anyway.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet. Anybody else?
Yeah, Jason, just to piggyback off that, what
Yeah.
you just said, I currently work full time, between like 50 to 55 hours per week. Is this program, this training, this course you have, is that still doable within?
It's not.
Okay.
You can't be a full-time employee and do this. No way. Not do it effectively. I mean, this needs to be something that you can, you know, dedicate some time to and put that time into it and put the work into it too. Because I mean, you got to be there for your clients too, you know, when they need you. Because all my systems are set up on it's called Slack. It's a communication channel, and that's where I communicate with all my clients. No texting, none of that. It's all through one channel. So we keep everything bundled in one channel. Everything's recorded. All of our conversations are recorded, so they can go back and, you know, re-listen to them. And so, you know, because you got to listen to things more than once. Most people do. So anyway. But no, I wouldn't recommend this if you're working 50 or 60 hours a week in a job. It'll be a massive failure for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't ever want to have somebody have some false expectation of what this could be. I mean, I don't know, if you don't sleep, you could probably make it work, but
Right.
but I don't think we're going for that here.
Right. Exactly.
That's not what I'm trying to go for. You know, I want folks that can spend the time, I can spend the time with, when you need me, you can hit me. When I need you, I can hit you. And it's like a marriage. Okay, that's what this is. It's like a marriage, just a business marriage. That's
Hey,
it.
Jason, what's that website link? I missed that.
For which one? My website
Your
or my?
company, yeah, your company. Or some way just to see your company and kind of get some type of an idea of what we're looking at here.
Sure, it's www.millerandcompany.com.
Okay. Got
Yep,
it.
that's the
Miller
website.
and AN, right?
Yep, AN.
Okay,
My logo is a and sign, so I just did the AN.
great.
And he just put it in the chat too. So you can pull it from the chat too. Yep, and then if anybody wants to move forward, just book on my calendar and we'll move forward from there. I actually think just the little bit of conversation, Matt, I think this is a great plugin for you. You know, crappy presentation or not.
It got much better. It got much better. I was just a little worried there at the beginning.
That's pretty funny. All good, all good.
What is the average client worth?
What do you mean worth? In value to me?
Well, in value to, for instance, if I go out and I, sign up a client,
Mhm.
how much is it worth to me as a white label business owner?
It all depends. I mean, some companies will be faster growth than others. It's 10% on top line growth. Okay. So if you take a company and you can move the needle quickly with them, some you can, some you can't. Some it's not possible to move within 3 or 4 months. Some might take 5 months, 6 months. Okay. But the payoff there is a hell of a lot more than some consulting fee for 25 grand in the long run. Okay. So, you look at 10% of $1 million of growth over their top line, it's good money, right? So, and that's completely doable. With one of my longest standing clients, I just put a 10-year agreement in place with them. They were like, we can't let you go. You need to stay here forever. I said, great, sign a 10-year agreement then. Okay, done. 20 years on the sale. So, all this is possible stuff. So
does it take on the average 4 or 5 months before you actually start seeing any growth or any money?
It just depends. It depends on who you decide to work with.
Okay.
If you decide to take on a company that's struggling and they can't execute the strategies that you lay down for them, it's going to take far longer, right? So say you decide to take on a company that's doing $500,000 a year, but they're a very low margin type business. So their profit margins are very horrible. Well, one of your first focuses has to be changing that, right? Strategically changing those things. So you can, but that stuff can't happen overnight. I mean, a company just can't make those changes overnight. So then there's some lag in there to getting these strategies put in place. And that could take 4 or 5 months, That's why it's always better to vet hard. Only say yes where it makes the most sense. So that's where the gold is. So
Okay, thank you.
yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that little comment, Paul. Appreciate that. For sure. But I am part of. Will this help my own business? Yeah, of course it would. You bet. Be a great thing for you to just go through as a business yourself, right? And then go from there. But yeah, I appreciate the comment. Was that it, Richard? Anything else?
Yeah, I think you've answered all my questions. I did sign up for a meeting, so Friday I'll be talking with you, I guess.
Okay, great. Just remember those that sign up, whatever email address you used to book the call, that's where I'm going to send the NDA. And it's just an NDA, guys. It's not like it's a big deal. Well, don't freak out about an NDA.
Understood. Not a problem.
So, it's not
Thanks
a big
a lot.
deal. Not asking you to sign your life away or anything. That's fine.
Okay.
It's
All right.
pretty common practice now.
Okay.
Anyway, so Paul said cost for program, there isn't one. Okay. There's no cost. $0. Crazy, right? Yeah. Oh, but is there an upsell later? No, there's not. Only if you're going to use all of our systems, because we need to add those to you. We have that little fee that we're going to charge to do that for CRM, all that kind of stuff. But I don't really even consider that a cost, like what most would think. And some of you might already have all that stuff anyway. So if you do, you just integrate it into your own systems. Yeah. Yeah. So George asks, how do you make money? It's all on top line revenue growth of the company that you're working with. You take a 10% cut of that, of what you help them grow. You take 10% of that top line growth. My company.
I think he's asking, how does Jason make money?
Oh, Jason makes money from you. My company will take anywhere from 2 to 3% of your top line. Okay, so whatever you make, you pay us 2 to 3%, and that's going to be dependent. I still haven't even made up my mind on that yet. And just to be very transparent, ladies and gentlemen, this concept was born less than a few weeks ago. So it isn't like you're the first group of people I've even had a conversation with this. So that's it. You're the first group of people I've talked to. So is there a rundown of this course, like written overview? Yeah, if you go to the website, www.millerancompany.com, go up to the top to growth options and click on the strategic success program. That's the course itself. But the course is just a small part of this, guys. That's the background part. Okay. The magic happens in a few other places, which I'll talk to really in depth about those on after an NDA is signed, because that's the pudding of this company right there, for sure. The scope of service is consulting, basically. I call it strategic. It's more strategic than it is. It's consulting, but you can call it whatever you want. People don't like the word consulting nowadays. It's kind of a negative connotation. All right, anybody else? All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody for coming. If you want to have that one-on-one time, just book on my schedule. We'll have the conversation. We'll go into a deep dive. You'll understand it far better in that capacity. And then we'll go from there if we're going to move forward with a relationship or not. Trust me, this isn't a gimme. I'll tell you that right now on our conversation. If I don't think you're a fit, I'm not going to move forward with you. So that's not some, false scarcity crap or something like that. I definitely am going to be picky and choosy about who moves forward. And part of that is just going to be personality driven too. Because I want to work with people that want to bust their hump alongside me and my company, and we make money together, and I'll support you 100% to do it. So anyway, if there's no other questions, that's all I got. Going once, going twice. Bueller, 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 and sold.
Jason.
Have a good night, all. Hey, Mike, do you want to meet real quick? Let's meet in your channel, okay? Good night, all.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Mike.